Good morning, afternoon and evening, my crazies. My name's Angela and I'm the Crazy Poppy Lady, and I'd like to welcome you back to Whips, Bits and Chat 74. I had to get that out quick before I forgot the number. Right, so I've got lots for you this week. So what I'm doing is this video in installments, so you will see multiple changes of clothes, and that'll give you an idea of how crazy the weather has been for us in the UK this week. Right, so first up, in case you're interested, this top here is one that I made a while ago. It's been sitting on Dory before she got a change, and the pattern is by our gorgeous Fiberfox Studios, and it is called the Mercedes. I will pop a link up here for you. Right, so that's bit's done, so now I'll get on with our very first bit today, which of course is our video catch-up. Right, so the first video that was put up this week, I was so chuffed I got in as quick as I did with it. It was a breaking news. Now the breaking news for us was for the girls over in the UK, and also our girls in Australia, including those poor people in lockdown. Bonus. So if you haven't had a chance to have a nose yet, I will pop the link up here for you. The second video out was of course a Joom order. Now with Joom, you purchase the thing and the items, and they may take a little while to get to you, maybe a month, maybe two. So for me, I love doing Joom orders because I can never remember ordering it when it arrives. It's brilliant. But with Joom, they are very much like Wish. So if you've ever ordered from Wish, you'll understand. But the differences are that the price that they put on screen when you are looking through for items is the price that you pay. There is no sneaky post charge at the end. Okay, so that's the price you pay, is the price you see. So that's why I like that one. I don't get extra surprises in my at the end when I get to pay. And they are also known for having some very crazy names for their products. So I will put the video up there. Now there are also more Joom videos on this channel, so if you want to giggle, search those ones out as well, because some of the names in there had me completely and utterly bamboozled. Oh, new word for some of you. It's a good one. Right, our next video up was our Happy Mail. Now that came from Sabrina, and it was a complete and utter surprise. She didn't tell me. And I've been nice, I haven't told her off, because the stuff in there was so lovely. If you're up for a giggle and you need a giggle, go and watch that video there. Honestly, I laughed so much through it. It took a while to edit the laughing down. Right, and that's not because it was a horrible item, it was just how one of the items ended up arriving that made me giggle. Alright, and our next video up was our Throwback Friday. Now these Throwback Fridays at the moment are containing ideas for Christmas items that you could make. Some are small, some are medium, some are large. Now it's the last out of the set of the 12 days of Christmas, I believe, on this video. So if you didn't get to watch last week's, the week before and the week before that, go watch them as well if you're after ideas for cheeky Christmas items. And that was it for this week's videos. Apart from, of course, our lives. Now this week they had really boring names. Really boring. But they were still lots of fun with when we were doing them. So there is the PM live, and of course the lunchtime live. Now with my lunchtime lives, unless we go back into lockdown again, they are only going to be short, sharp ones. There's no 2-3 hour extension or 2 hour, because I need to be out of the door by 2:45 in the afternoon. So it is literally coming at 1:30 and have to leg it by 2:45. I will have my tablet sitting by the side of me that's got an alarm clock on, so when we hear it, you know, I will be saying really quickly my goodbyes and then shutting it down and letting it run, letting the chat run until I've got my shoes on, then I have to click it off. Otherwise you guys otherwise it won't upload as quickly as I want, so you guys that win patterns won't have a chance to quickly nip on while I'm in the car and go, I won, yay, and then fire me off that email. Right, so on to the next thing. Right, so if you've managed to keep up with my videos this week, I sneaked out a cheeky one on Saturday because I realised I didn't put anything out earlier on in the week. So on Saturday we had the Joom unbagging, which was stuff I'd ordered from Joom. Now, one of the items was, of course, this. Okay. Now, I'd had ideas for this. This was meant to come in as separated and be 100 piece, but instead it became a oh crikey, I can't remember it again. I'll put the word on the screen. Right, so I'd said to you that I had an idea for what I wanted to use it for when I'd placed the order. Now, the idea was for bracelets. Cheeky little stitch marker bracelets. Okay, so bracelets that you could put the stitch markers that you win from me onto. Alright, now I did have a go. Alright, so I am going to show you my process as it went along. This is attempt number 1. Now, my thoughts were that the ends would have a different coloured bead, so that you knew it was the ends, and it would make it easier to visually see them when you go to put it on or take it off. So the bead I used was a really cute one that I'm hoping will show up on camera. There we go. There we go. And as you can see, it is slightly multicoloured. As you turn it, it looks a bit like an oil slick. Now, I absolutely love these. But as you just saw there, it didn't stay put because I didn't know what I was doing, and I completely went into this blind. I'd watched no video tutorials, I've read no books. I just thought, right, well, in that case, all I've got to do is shove a bead on, stick the wire back through it, twist it, and it'll be fine. So the twist it will be fine poppy method is a tat rubbish and clearly doesn't work. So I thought, right, okay, there's got to be a different way to do this, but I'm going to thread on the beads so I can see what it looks like. So here is, as I said, the first attempt with the stitch markers dangling off them. It looks a bit crazy, doesn't it? But once it's put onto a wrist, it doesn't look that bad, and they are easy to get to. But this one's having the ends cut off and the bead stripped off it, and fingers crossed there'll be enough wire to do something with it. Right, so that is a stitch marker attempt, holder attempt number 1. Now, I got all carried away and I thought, right, I've nearly sussed this out. So I spent more time on that entrance and exit, or should I say the bit that holds the bead on. So again, this is attempt number 2 with a gorgeous oil slick bead. Right, now this one I quite like, and I was really chuffed with the order of the beads and where I placed the stitch markers and all of that, but again, the close was the problem. So here we go, hopefully you can see that. There we go. And yes, if you notice, the bead pattern is identical all the way around. 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2. Right, so again, although I like this one, it's got sharp edges, so it's going to get stripped back and I'm going to go again. So at this point I thought, right, do you know what, girl? You're not going to suss it without some help. So I started searching on YouTube because, of course, it's a font of knowledge, and I came across one lady who makes bracelets. I will pop her name on here on screen. Sorry, can't remember it for a second. Her brain has gone to mush. So I followed her method for close, like the open and the close at the end. So it means that you can put a dingly dangly thingy on it. Okay, and here it is. It is the end. I don't know if you can make that out. It's looped. And there's no sharp edges. Well, not really, unless you're really trying to find them. So I'm like, okay, I really love this. I did the first bit and I threaded all my beads. And then I did the close. And I was really, really excited because to me, that looks really, really cute and looks really nice. Okay. Then then I realised there's not a great deal of movement in them beads, is there? So I've grabbed my stitch markers, and now we're going to see how many stitch markers I can get on this bracelet for just for a bit of fun, because hey, there's no guarantee I'm adding Jenny. So first up, I'm going to cheat. I want to guarantee I can get at least 2 on here. So 1 going in to each of the ends, so we know where they are and we can see them. Okay, come on, you work. My hands aren't quite playing today. Right, so there we go. We got 2 on. Yay! Right, now for placement of the rest. What I was planning to do with these is, if I can get them and they look nice and you guys like them, I'll either be putting them out as prizes, or it's going to have to be a private sale, because I have only got Ravelry and they only do patterns. So it would be a case of, if you like them, you'd earmark in the comment that you like it and you want that one, and then you'd email me saying I was first dibs. Okay, and it would be a case of first come, first serve. But let's get back to this. How many can we get on? Right, so my idea is that we place them between all of the dark pinks. Okay, so we got 1 on. We've got, I'm going to skip 1 of the coloured sections and then go for the next one, so it's equals. We've got 2. Oh, we're not doing too badly. Skip 1, hit 1. 3. Oh, move that one over. This is looking quite positive, actually. 4. Okay, next one. Skip 1. Hit 1. 5. Oh, we got an odd number at the end, gang. Because it would be a skip 1, hit 1, and then a skip 1. Oh, look, there it is. Right, so I've managed to easily get an extra 6 on there. So I'm actually quite shocked. I am. I'm really shocked with this. So, of course, there it is with 6. Now, what I would be, an added 6, I should say. If I do ever sell these, it would be a case of the bracelet would have some pretty ends on it. And then there would be 5 stitch markers on it. And then plenty of room for you to add more. So there we go. That is the bracelet. I will put a better picture. I'll take a picture and pop that in later for you. But yeah, it was just a case of I needed to do something else other than crochet, because my wrist was playing me up. Far too many poppies. And I'll tell you, if I manage to get another box done this week, she says through gritted teeth. So today is Thursday and I decided I need to start clearing this room. This bit behind me looks lovely, neat and tidy, but over that side it's stacked up and I can't get to anything. Most of it's projects that I've made and shown you, so I've really got to sort it out. Well, as I'm doing it, I came across my bag of ends. Basically, I've got a carrier bag that I hang off the back of a chair, and in that bag I put in all the ends that I cut off, excluding the poppies. They go in a different bag, but it's all the ends that are on these blankets, so sort of that much at a time maybe that goes into this bag. And I've also got a big bag, and in that big bag is all the yarn that when I moved rooms I had to sort through, and it was all the stuff that was half balls or off of magazines or scratchy, or basically the yarn that I knew I would never ever use, but I also couldn't hand out as prizes because it was tat and a bit in there. So that had gone into another carrier bag. So I had an idea. I thought, I need to get a shot of these 2 bags, and I don't want to throw it away because it could be of use to somebody. So I phoned up my children's old infants and juniors school. Now you've got to remember, infants and juniors in the UK go sort of from the age of about 4 up to 11. Okay, and my youngest, who went to that school all the way through that school, she is now 16. So it's been a while since they've heard my crazy voice at the end, on the end of a phone. So I phoned them up and I said, hiya, it's me, and said my name. My kids used to go to your school. I've taken up crafting and I've got a bag of odds and ends for wool. There's little balls, there's big balls, it's a mixture, and then I've got another one where it's already been pre-cut up for you. You see how I made that one. And I said, would you be interested? It'd be ideal for crafts. And he goes, yep, it would be lovely, we would love it, could you please, like, can you bring it in for me? So I got to drop it off, or I will be dropping it off today, after I've picked the eldest up, not the eldest, the youngest up from school, because she's desperate to go and harass the teachers. Right, so this is my small bag donation for them, and it is jammed. It weighs a pretty penny, and I've packed this better than I've ever packed a box before. So fingers crossed they're going to like the choices that are in there. But as I said, it is all the odds and ends, because of course on the majority of stuff, like my plain stuff that I use, I will keep most of my odds and ends, but as I said, that bag is the bits that I'm never ever going to use. So fingers crossed they'll be coming out with more than more projects coming out the door from that school, and it now won't just be pasta necklaces. Or could it be? The mums might contact me and tell me I was evil. You never know. Right, so now it's time for completed whips. Yeah, I've been manic this week with other bits and pieces, so the only thing I've managed to get done was the box of poppies that I'd sort of made most of last week. And this week I'm about 30 poppy fronts made so far. I will get to it again this evening, and fingers crossed I can get some more made. So this actually, if you hadn't noticed, brings the count up to 840. So I'm getting there, slowly getting there. It leaves me a 260 left to go, and just shy of 2 months to do it in. And talking of a poppy challenge, I hope you guys saw last week's what was it, hashtag poppy challenge, what was it, hashtag poppy broch challenge. Oh, I'll get there in the end, won't I, at some point. It'll be just as we stop doing it. It is the 2021 challenge. Now there is a link, let's scoot back here so you guys can see me better. There is a link going on up here to that video and to the free pattern on Ravelry. So if you haven't had a chance to grab it, go and download it. It will forever be free. I won't be charging for a poppy pattern, for that poppy pattern I should say. So it'll forever be free, but go grab it now and join in with the crazies and make one or two to donate to your local Royal British Legion or a military charity in your country. Now remember, there are lots of expat communities scattered all over the world. Okay, there's loads of them. They're British soldiers that have moved off to sunnier parts. So there will always be somewhere for you to be able to donate your poppies to help raise a little bit of funds. Now for my Southern Irish girls, I know that there is a little bit of history with the British Army. It's a polite way of putting it, isn't it? And so that the main poppy is not really used as widely over there. The Royal British Legion have now made a shamrock version, which is a shamrock on the outside with the little mini poppy in the middle. It's an absolutely beautiful brooch, and I know quite a few of you do purchase that from the store. And so I thought, well, I can't leave you guys out. I really want to include as many different variations of the poppy as I can over the next however many years that I run this. So I've had a go at making my own version of a shamrock. Okay, it is a bit skewiff at the moment, and I think it may need a little bit more tweaking to get it looking just right. But here is a draft number 1. As you can see, there is still the poppy in the middle, but it is surrounded by our shamrock. In my eyes, the shamrock's giving it a hug. I'll probably I might get told off for that. Hope not. But anyway, there it is. So if you are an Irish crazy and you want to Southern Irish crazy and you want to join in and make some poppies, drop me an email and I will drop you over this pattern once I've finalised it, unless of course you like it with the rounded edges. And that's the problem I've got. My actual edge I wanted to do was dipped down, so I've got another idea. It's just a case of finding the time to make it. But I've got this one partially written, so if you would like a copy of this one, remember, fire me off that email, write in the comment section at the top Irish Poppy, and then I'll know. Right, and for my crazies that want to know and like to have a running total of how many of the times that pattern has been downloaded, we are now on to 121 unique downloads. And the pattern went out on the 3rd of September, so that isn't too bad going. That's been a week, just a week. Wow, I'm loving it. So if you could shout out the link for that, or share the link on your normal Facebook pages or any of the yarny groups that allow it that you belong to, that would be absolutely amazing. Okay, so just copy the link that I've got in the description box down below and then post it around. The more people we can get creating poppies, the more we can help the charities involved. So I'd like to thank you ahead of time for helping me get this challenge flying. Right, so it is now Saturday, and on Friday I received a photograph from our cheeky and Natalie P, and now she won a copy of, I've got to remember, get the name right now, haven't I? May the 4th. There we go. She won a copy of May the 4th. Now this pattern is vaulted. Now, oh dear, oh dear. Oh well, it'll be back next year. Now, she decided that with her May the 4th, she didn't want him to wear a Christmas hat because she wanted to use the blanket that she's made throughout the year. So she sat there and she scribbled out the colours and she did a bit of the math to work out where she needed to put blocks and things like that, and she's done an absolutely brilliant job. So she sent me a photograph now of how it looks now, because she's finished the main part of the blanket. It is just the border that she's got left to go. So here you go, have a look. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. She's done a brilliant job of trying to work out where his head stopped and the sky started. Now Natalie's given us some extra information, which is so appreciative. Thank you ever so much, darling. Now she's said she's used a 4-weight yarn and a 5.5mm hook. Now she's not in the UK, she's over in America I believe, so she popped into a Hobby Lobby and she picked up a light taupe for his robe, red heart, cafe latte border for robe, the Burnett Super Value taupe for the little part of dark brown on the robe, the big twist in a light green for his face and ears, and the big twist rose for his inner ear. She's definitely going to be putting a big border on it. So now she's just got to work out what type of border. There'll be a photo in a month or so hopefully that will show us what border she chose. As I said, I think he's so cute. You've done an absolutely amazing job, honey, and yours is the very first May the 4th to come and visit me. So I would really love it if you've won a pattern of May the 4th and you finished it and he's got his hat on. I would really love to see a copy of that photo. Right, so a little story for today. Now, my neighbour is raising funds for WaterAid, I believe. He's very big into his charity, him and his wife I should say, are very big into their charity fundraising. They've been doing it for years and years and years. So this weekend, or should I say today, at this moment in time, he has got a garage sale going on. So I popped over before I started recording and to see if he had anything that that I could purchase basically to help out raising funds. So I popped around and I had a nose and I scooted through, and there was lots of, he had lots of bits and pieces, but nothing that really interested me until I saw this. We got a new game. We got a new game. Now this one is another card game, thankfully, so it's going to make it pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I don't know any of the details yet. I will have a proper nose through to find out how or how and when it was printed and things like that, but you're going to love this game. Right, so the box has 4 packs of cards, and 2 of them have never been opened. Look at the amount of cards in this. These are going to keep us going for a good few months. Let's just take out one of the open packs. Look, hundreds and hundreds of questions. Sweet. Now this one is a little bit cheeky. It's a magic eye. So it means that when I'm sitting here chatting, I can be doing this, and I know I haven't got to worry that you guys are reading the answers. It's only once I've put the thing in the case that I will be able to actually see the answer. So it's a nice cheeky way of me either not cheating or going blind, because the lettering is quite small, so I'm going to be going like that, trying to focus in to work out what it is. But my other main worry is that you guys won't actually be able to see it, so I'm testing it out today, right now. So I've got to get it in and work out where the focus point will be. But yes, look at that, you can see it. So who's quickly writing down all the answers to things at a kid's birthday party. Now, will I end up showing this or won't I? Will this card get used on one of the future lives? We'll just have to wait and see. It depends on how forgetful I am. But I was really chuffed because it only cost £2. Although technically he was just asking for donations. So I just grabbed my handbag and grabbed into my handbag, pulled out my loose change, and luckily I had a couple of quid on me and gave them the £2. Although he'd said 50p, I was like, no, it's priced at 2, you can have 2. But I was really lucky he had it, because in our game that we have been using, there's 6 cards left that I haven't asked questions for, so that's only 12 questions left out of that one. So if we're lucky, we'll be playing the old one this week, and then the new one will start next week. But we'll just have to wait and see. No, my luck, I'll probably forget where that one is and just grab the new one because it's close to hand and I'm too lazy. But oh, super chuffed I found it though. It will keep us going, won't it? Right, so this week's lives will be on a Tuesday evening at 7:30. I need enough time to eat my dinner, and then it will be then the daytime one will be starting. I'm going to start it at 1 o'clock GMT this time round, and run it until probably about 2:45, because as soon as that alarm clock goes off on my tablet, I have to leg it to pick up the kid from school. Can't leave her standing there, can I? How evil can I be? Alright, I think that's about it for me for today. I think I've talked your ear off plenty. So I'm going to head off now, and I will see you all really soon. If you can, please stay in and definitely stay safe. Ta-ra for now, everybody. Time for a hidden competition. Right, so this week what I want you to do is answer that card. My card was things at a kid's birthday party. Now, what was our favourite number 5? You're going to have to rewind and freeze to find out. I'd like you to put your answer mixed in with your normal comment. Don't give this competition away. It is for those that sit there and listen carefully and watch the video all the way through. So remember, I would like answer number 5 into the description box, not the description, into your comments and down below, but hide the answer. Okay, that's very important. Hide your answer. Don't give the competition away. And you will have the choice of one of the winner only patterns, including the 2 that are in the vault. Okay, and whoever the winner is will get to choose. Have fun.